So this is part B of the previous example. We have 2x minus 1 to the power of 5. 2x minus 1 to the power of 5. Expand and simplify. So we are going to repeat the same process. 2x minus 1 to the power of 5. This is going to be equal to, we are going to take the first term, which is 2x. And then we are going to put in brackets because there are two terms. We have a known value x and we have a number 2. So we are going to put it in brackets and then the power 5. So we are going to skip a space. We are going to go to the next one. 2x to the power of 4. We minus 1. Afterwards it's 2x to the power of 3. Afterwards we have 2x to the power of 2. 2x to the power of 1. And finally 2x to the power of 0. Afterwards, we go to the second term. The second term here, you realize that it is a negative. We have negative 1 here. So we are going to put the negative 1 from here, and then we add the power. Here the power is 0. We go to the next one, negative 1. We add 1 to the power. We'll have 1. Negative 1, 2. Negative 1, 3, negative 1, 4, and finally negative 1, 5. In the third step, we look for the exponent, for the binomial coefficient of the power 5. So the first one is 1 in your log table, the second one is 5, the third one is 10, the fourth one is 10, the fifth one is 5, and the sixth one is 1. Afterwards, we add everything. So we are going to add. We add everything. We are done with expanding. The next step that we do is to simplify. So we are going to simplify this first term. When we simplify this, what do we get? 1 multiplied by 2x to the power of 5 multiplied by negative 1 to the power 0. Negative 1 to the power 0 gives us 1 because any number, be it positive or negative, raised to the power of 0 is 1. So we remain with 2x to the power of 5 plus, this one is 5 multiplied by 2x to the power of 4 multiplied by negative 1 to the power of 1, which will remain negative 1. So we have negative 1 multiplied by 5, which is negative 5, multiplied by 2x to the power of 4. And then afterwards, we have another plus here. The third term, this is 10 multiplied by 2x to the power of 3, multiplied by negative 1 to the power of 2. So this is going to be 10 multiplied by negative 1 to the power of 2 is going to be 2, because negative 1 multiplied by negative 1, negative 1 multiplied by negative 1 is going to be equal to positive 1. Negative times negative is positive, so this is going to be positive. So we are going to have positive 1 multiplied by 10, which is going to give us 10, and then we have into bracket 2x cubed. And then plus, we go to the next one, 10 multiplied by 2x squared multiplied by negative 1 to the power of 3. So here we have negative 1 to the power of 3. We said that for odd powers, the negative sign becomes negative. It remains negative. Negative remains negative. It remains negative. And then for even powers, the negative sign becomes positive. So the negative sign becomes positive. So we have an odd power here. We have an odd power. So it means that the negative sign will remain negative. So we'll have negative 10 here multiplied by 2x squared, and then plus 5 multiplied by 2x raised to the power of 1 multiplied by negative 1 to the power 4. Here you realize that the power is positive. 4 is an even number, so this is going to be positive. So we are going to have plus 5, and then we have 2x raised to the power 1. And then finally we have this 1 multiplied by 2x to the power of 0. Any number raised to the power of 0 is 1, so this is going to be equal to 1. So we are going to remain with negative 1 raised to the power of 5. Negative 1 raised to the power of 5 is going to be negative 1 because the power is odd. For odd powers, remember that the negative remains negative. So this is going to be negative 1 multiplied by 2x raised to the power of 0. And then you simplify this 2x raised to the power of 5. This is going to be, you multiply, you factor out, and then you work out the power of the number, the known number, and then the power of the unknown number. So you're going to have 2 to the power of 5, which is going to be 2 to the power of 5 multiplied by x raised to power 5. So you can separate the two. Minus, this is going to be minus because of this negative. Minus 5, and then we have 2 to the power of 4. So you can always separate them using indices. And x to the power of 4. And then we have 10 multiplied by 2 to the power of 3 and x to the power of 3. Afterwards, we have, this one is going to be negative. So we are going to have minus 10, 2 to the power of 2, and finally we have x squared plus, we have 5 here, 2 to the power of 1, and x to the power of 1. And then we have minus finally because of this negative, 2x to the power of 0 is going to be 2 to the power of 0, and we also have x to the power of 0. So this one, we can simplify it further. 2 to the power of 5. That will give us 32. So we are going to have 32 x to the power of 5 minus 5 multiplied by 2 to the power of 4 multiplied by x to the power of 4. 2 to the power of 4 is 16. 16 multiplied by 5. That is going to give us 160. No, it's not going to be 160, it's going to be 80. So this will be 80. And then we have 10 multiplied by 2 to the power of 3. 2 to the power of 3 is 8. Multiplied by 10 is 80. We then have negative 10 multiplied by 2 squared, which is 4. That is negative 40. And then we have our 5 here, multiplied by 2 to the power of 1, which is 10. Minus 2 to the power of 0 is 1, multiplied by x to the power of 0 is 1. So this is going to be 1. So the final answer will be 32x to the power of 5 minus 80x to the power of 4 plus 80x cubed minus 40x squared plus 10x minus 1. So this will be the final answer.